So we all know there are differences between the generations. My concern, and our concern should be, is that generational differences, well, it's kind of overused as the main or the only differences between people. So what I really want to do is start with this example. Who do we think of when we think of people that want instant gratification? Go ahead, say it out loud. And let's try again, because the real answer is really our executive leadership in our organizations. And you know that. You know that these are the people that want that instant gratification. And they transcend generations, don't they? These people are actually typically boomers and Gen X. So why did you say millennials? That's what I want to confront today. And you're not surprised. Everything I'm going to talk about today, you already know. And by the way, I very much appreciate all the nodding that's already happening as you're recognizing that what I'm trying to confront is this commonly held belief. So in order to get some framework, here's the U.S. Census from 2022. It talks about the main generations living 2 years ago. And it kind of just frames it out and gives you a sense of the distribution. And it's the last chart that you're going to have to look at. Everything else is pretty pictures. I like studies like this one. Matter of fact, another part of this study talked about that the main and most significant differences between people were intra or inside the generation, not across generations. So, the framework I'm going to really focus on is 3 elements. First of all, individuality. Second, age. And third, perspective. I think those 3 things matter actually more than the generation that we're assigned to. You look at this picture and you're wondering to yourself, here's this person that's either celebrating after a great success or they're relaxing and just blowing things off. You don't know which one it is, but you also don't know which generation this person is. We come individually. And actually we celebrate it, don't we? We want diversity. We want people to be different. And you'll notice that it can be within the same generation. That's what we need to be cherishing. So, with this, there's these 4 guys back in the late 60s says, "We're the young generation, and we got something to say." You ready? Hey, we're the monkeys. Yeah, there you go. So, notice young. That was the key word in that. Let's look at some icons. Here's an icon from my generation. Debuted in 1987. Who's this? Bart Simpson. Cowabunga, dude. Right? Here's another icon from my generation. 1982, Jeff Spicoli. All I need is some... Wait, let me get this right. All I really need is some tasty waves, a cool buzz, and I'm fine. So these icons can help us understand the diversity that exists. Who are these people? You said boomers. I was hoping you'd say hippies. They're boomers, exactly. Baby boomers. Now, they're not the majority of that generation, but they are individuals that are there. And I think age really affects the perspective. Here's a flick from Some Came Running. It's a movie that was released in 1958 about 1948. And that this young guy walks out and the barkeep says, kids these days. Yeah, he's talking about the silent generation. Kids these days. Seems like it was always about age. And, these people, they said, why don't you all fade away? Don't try to dig what we all say. You see, the thing is that this is not a new conversation. How do we feel, by the way, when people talk about our generation? We don't feel good about it. That individuality and the age things, they come together. But our perspective is we don't like it. Yet, what do? We repeat it. And we talk about other people's generations as well. So what I'm really trying to do is focus in on this last point about the importance of perspective. Understanding that the things you didn't like, you probably shouldn't keep on repeating. A bunch of articles are talking about the Gen Z doesn't understand workplace values. Whose job is it to teach them workplace values? The workplace. That's what my Gen X learned. Another thing that I need you to keep in mind is that our perspective is very different. We're successful. We've got a lot more experience. So what we tend to do is we tend to be a bit critical of people that we see that are lazy. And we're much more aware of laziness these days. But the fact is, it's always existed. So what I challenge you to do is not go for that oversimplified thing that it's about the generation. Remember to respect people as individuals. understand the differences of their age, and keep in mind the different perspectives.
Thank you.